Yes, this is part 2 of my video about Muranga soldiers invading Bungoma County. Part 1 is right on this YouTube channel of mine. Look out for it. It's a continuation. This is a continuation of that part 1. Welcome. Yes, indeed. After I watched this lively lady, Roseanne, she says, come if you want to fish, if you want to farm black soldier fly, come, she invited, in her tube. And indeed, I looked her up and I thought she should hold me. So I requested her to assist me start my black soldier fly farming together with the students I've talked about. Mike, graduate of Kenyatta University, and his brother, graduate from University of Nairobi. This is what I got today from Roseanne, right away from Makuyu in Muranga. Now we are in the process. We want to start black soldier fly farming. Let's listen to Mike, who is now building up this project. I'm here in Kimilili. This is Kimilili North Rift. This is what we call North Rift Shuttle Office, next to G4S and all that. This is Kimilili. What we've done, I have come here to pick my luggage, which was the BSF. You can see, this is Mike. Mike is the one going to farm the black soldier fly. This is an alumni of Kenyatta University, and is now picking this package of the 2 kgs of black soldier fly. This has come all the way from Muranga, Makuyu. So we are saying we can import BSF. This is lava from all the way from Roseanne. It's called Roseanne Mwangi? Yes, Roseanne Mwangi, a farmer in Muranga, Makuyu. We have shipped this 2 kgs of larvae. We paid 2,000. That is 1,000 per kg, and 200 for shipping through North Rift. And therefore, we are now going home. We're going to experiment on farming all this. This is Kimilili town. Kimilili is in Bungoma, and we have shipped this from Muranga, from Makuyu. So Muranga, past Nairobi, past Nakuru, past all many counties, from Muranga County up to Bungoma County. Let's go on and see what we get, okay? These are now the larvae. You remember we were in Kimilili and we got this package from North Rift, and they were packaged in this. So this is how the larvae of black soldier fly were transported from Muranga County to Bungoma County. So here they are. So now you explain to us, Mike, what these are and what you are going to do with them.
Now these are the black soldier fly larvae, which have been transported from Muranga to Bungoma County. It's when you are receiving them and they are well. Just to know that they are well, you can see that they are crawling. If Professor can zoom, yes, now you can see that they are crawling. So they usually go through a cycle which is Insta 1, Insta 2, Insta 3. By the time they reach Insta 4, they are ready to become black soldier flies. So from here, we will continue feeding them to the next trough, which will be Insta 2 or Insta 3. Then we will feed them in this trough, which will be Insta 4. From this, they'll become immobile. They'll reach a state where they cannot eat. Then we will transfer them to our net here, which now they will turn into flies and they will breed. So in our net here, we have the chicken drinker. So what we'll do is that we are going to put water into that chicken drinker and cover it with a cloth, because they just only feed on water when it comes to their life cycle. So inside there we will have those conduit pipes, what we call conduit pipes, where they will be breeding from. But now we will look for an attractant where they will go and breed from. That we need chicken poop and maybe pig poop if we have. Then they will breed from there. Then from there, now from getting the eggs, we will take them now to the first trough, which will be Insta 1, then Insta 2. By the time they reach Insta 3, that will be enough for them to be fed to the poultry. We can still dry them and be mixed with other feeds, cattle feed, fish meal, whatever, which can be able to be fed to other birds and cattle.
So are you saying that all this is going to be bred into flies?
Yes.
For this round, you are not making any feed?
For this round, you are not going to make any feed. If you are going to make any feed, it will be very minimal. But we want to breed first, then we can now start making feeds.
But why the net? Why are they supposed to be bred in the net?
Oh, why the net? We don't want them to fly outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we have some openings. So if we just leave them, they can fly outside. So the net is for them to be intact so that they cannot fly outside.
So now, from this stage, your own estimation.
Yes.
How long will it take for them to come in to turn into flies?
We are going to take about 1.5 or 2 weeks from these ones.
Yes.
Because they are already grown, and if you see some of them, like these ones, they are Insta 2. So we just take them to Insta 3, then Insta 4. That will be around 2 weeks.
How are you going to separate them, Insta 2, Insta 3? They are all together.
At the moment, now that they've come together this way, we'll just use a sieve, then we'll get the ones which are big. If you can look at them, there are those which are big, like this one. Like this one, yes. This one is big. Yeah, that one. Compared to this one. If you can see that one here. Yes. So we will use a sieve to separate them, then we can know the one which can go into Insta 2 or Insta 3.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have heard from Mike. They made up this structure. This structure is close to a greenhouse. You can see inside we have used polythene paper, white polythene paper. One, it has to be intact so that no predators come into this, and predators include lizards, include even snakes, anything that can feed on them. So you can see right from down there, we have used some wood. We call it makoko in our language, and therefore we have made it tight-proof, where no predator should come in. Even those openings that you see there will have to be sealed. All those little openings that they be sealed. Now, these things also want some light and some heat. So the greenhouse effect that is created by this kind of structure, where outside we made some kind of wood, and the inside we have put this ordinary but very effective polythene paper. It is going to create some greenhouse effect. And no greenhouse is good for growth. Even animals, even, you know, the poultry people, you have done it and all that. So we wanted to minimize the costs. And if you remember in our first video, we said that this is a structure tailored to the senior citizens who are using their, not retirement, there's the government donation, what we call it, the money that the government gives the elderly. It is not a lot for us to construct a modern greenhouse for this, BSF, black soldier fly. So this gentleman used his knowledge, university education, and said, how can I make some appropriate technology for them so that it is affordable, it is compatible, and compatibility means acceptability, and it is cost effective. So that is why we did not go into a modern greenhouse, because it's not affordable by the target group, the senior citizens that we want to introduce this project to. So that is why we can see here, improvised. Down, I've just done maram. This paper went almost turned up to some level here. So when we put on the maram, it becomes completely sealed, and that is affordable. Now what this gentleman now is doing, these are kitchen waste. He's sorting out the agro-organic waste. He's separating them from any polythenes and any bottles, any plastics, because these larvae cannot eat plastics. Now these, he's separating them. Actually, these are my fruit. I mean, I eat fruits. I did quite a lot of fruits. And I eat bananas and all that. So these are the peels. These are fruit peels. We have orange peels, we have banana peels, we have lemon peels. But there's also ugali. Any organic thing that remains is going to be food for these animals or these larvae. So we are now starting our experiment. This has come, this larvae, as I told you, has come all the way from Muranga. Generous Mangi, whose video you are going to see linked to this one that I'm taking. She says, you will read in her video, she's inviting people to join her in black soldier fly farming. And that calling is what also motivated us. And then we reached her, and she has just packaged this larvae. It's 2 kgs. We paid 2,000. She went from Muranga to Nairobi and gave them to North Rift Shuttle, paid 200 shillings, and here we are now trying to breed. We have imported a technology, we have imported a business idea from across counties. Entrepreneurship says we can import business ideas, and therefore we are looking forward to become among the first people, there could be others we don't know, in Bungoma County to start breeding this black soldier fly. We have just linked with somebody in Kisumu who is also doing crickets, and he says he can also send us the eggs of crickets. Crickets are another animal feed rich in protein. So after this is in place, we shall start our cricket farming also. Again, we shall import them from Kisumu County. across Kakamega, Vihiga, Busia to Bungoma. So here we are, targeting the bottom of the pyramid, targeting the senior citizens. But you can see who is that, who is doing that? This is a young man, a learned man, a university student coming to convert his knowledge to link up with the elderly, with the poor, if you want to make it that way. And therefore, this is our philosophy, that we cannot just focus on bottom of the pyramid. We can also focus on top of the pyramid so that we link the two. The technology, the knowledge, the policies will come from the top, but will be made appropriate for the bottom. Like I said in my other video, look, these senior citizens will be farming these black soldier fly, and when they are in abundance, they will sell them to the top pyramid, where there's technology of converting them into feed, animal feed, protein feed. So you can see the farmers at the bottom of the pyramid produce, but the capitalists at the top of the pyramid convert the product, add value, and then they bring them back to the bottom. So the ideal model should be top down, meaning the top generate the policies after they have come to the top, bottom, and done the needs analysis. So the top brings it down in terms of planning, management, and the technologies. And then when they come down, they mix with the bottom of the pyramid. They identify their real needs, because the needs of Bungoma may not be the needs of Machakos, they may not be the needs of Mombasa. And when they have done that, now they make the policies appropriate. Why? How? By now going back, after gathering in the bottom the needs and the appropriate technology, then they go back and do that appropriate technology, tailor the policy, and it comes back. So the right philosophy, if you ask me, should be top, down, down, top, so that the two are linked. But when you just talk about bottom up, and you are forgetting that the apex has a role to play, then your development will not be meaningful. At the same time, if you just think that the top, the trickle-down philosophy, that the top will sit there, think of grandiose projects, innovating grandiose projects, they can actually become white elephants, because the top must address the needs of the bottom, and the bottom must be helped by the top, and indeed even make the top their market. So, politicians, my fellow economists, I'm not an economist, I'm an entrepreneur, but the economists who are generating these models, bottom up, top down, and are thinking that they stand alone, for me, they are offside. They will score outside. It's like, Messi approaching the goal, but when he hits the shoot, it goes outside, doesn't enter the goal, because there is something amiss. Or if he scores, then he was offside, then it won't count. What am I saying? That please, let us not be convinced or fooled, whatever, due to lack of a better word. Let us not fall in the trap of saying, yes, we want bottom up, hustler up, or we want top down, trickle down. No, the two must work together. So back to our experiment that we are doing. This, as I said, is Mike, a graduate, a university graduate, who was accepted to come down and generate experiments that will help the bottom. So let's watch this space. You can see now the food, the kitchen remnants, separated, we are told pig poop. The pig poop is best as food for this larvae, for this black soldier fly, which means you can farm the pigs. The pigs will produce the poop. The poop will be food for this larvae, and when they are now full grown, they become food for the pigs. And you can see now, when the pig produces poop, it becomes food for the larvae, and then the larvae themselves become food for pigs. And there we are, a cycle, a full cycle. And of course, part of the poop for the pigs will also go as manure in the farm. So let's now watch Mike doing this, and we shall be bringing the next series from here. Mike, tell something to the youth.
For my fellow youth, please start where you can. Anything, any skill that you have, please put it in place. That's all I can say.
Yes, you can reach us through 0722 858507. That's the phone number. It is heavily raining outside. This is Western Kenya. You can see the land is green. We are blessed with a lot of rain. We can continue producing food. We are together, Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, were the granary of Kenya in matters grain, in matters maize, and this is a God-given. Rains come, you can see those green trees, they never dry, and therefore we thank God. But our poverty is therefore upstairs. Our poverty is in the heads. We are not able to use knowledge properly and tailor it to income and wealth creation. And that is why I always say my definition of the word poor, the P-O-O-R, is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Like this opportunity that we have brought here. Many, look, this is agricultural waste, or rather kitchen waste. We throw it away. Yet this is an opportunity. We are passing over this opportunity, an opportunity that will create this larvae. That opportunity is lost when we throw away this kitchen waste. But we don't want, Mike doesn't want to pass over this opportunity. So he captures this opportunity, converts it into this larvae, and then later on to animal feed. And when he does that, he will sell his products, and he will never be poor because he avoided passing over an opportunity. So we want to eliminate poverty, eliminate the word poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly by looking at all possible opportunities within us and converting them into wealth. As I said, we shall come back when these larvae are now in the second stage.